a crime I confessed in silence. Maybe it was me. Maybe I asked for too much. Maybe loving deeply was something you couldn't touch. Maybe it was me for wanting you to stay, for thinking love meant trying in every single way. I softened all the corners where you fell too sharp. I held your broken pieces and called it my heart. I learned to doubt my feelings before I doubted you. I convinced myself my hurting was something lovers do. I questioned every need like it was something wrong in me. Maybe it was me. Maybe I asked for too much. Maybe loving deeply was something you couldn't touch. Maybe it was me for wanting you to stay, for thinking love meant trying in every single way. But love shouldn't feel like guilt or apologizing just to exist. If staying costs you who you are, then maybe leaving's not us. Maybe it wasn't me. Maybe I just loved someone who couldn't. You didn't leave. You just slowly stopped staying. You stopped asking how my day was, but you still slept next to me. I learned how to read the distance in the way you wouldn't speak. You held my hand like it was nothing, like a habit you forgot. I kept waiting for a reason. You were never gonna talk. You pulled away in quiet ways. I felt it every day. You loved me less, I loved you more. I felt it long before you said it. I stayed while you closed every door, pretending we were just going through phases. You loved me less, I stayed the same, hoping love would fix the pain. was extra, like I didn't fit your life. Every time I tried to reach you, I felt smaller every night. I made excuses for your silence, called it stress, called it fear, but the truth was always hiding in the way you weren't here. I gave you time, I gave you space, you gave up on my face. You loved me less, I loved you more. I felt it long before you said it. I stayed while you closed every door, pretending we were just going through phases. You loved me less, I stayed the same, hoping love would fix the pain. I lost myself inside your name while you were already gone. You didn't break me all at once. You left in pieces day by day, and I kept loving every version that was slowly walking away. You love me less, and I loved you enough to finally let you go. You didn't say goodbye, you just stopped replying. Your name still lights my phone, but you never do. I read our last conversation like it's something new. You left me on, I'm fine, like it didn't hurt, like silence wasn't louder than every word. I kept waiting for a sign. You kept leaving me behind. You went quiet when you left, like I wasn't worth explaining. I kept blaming myself for the way you stopped remaining. You went quiet when you left, and I filled the space with doubt. You didn't walk out of my life, you just faded out. I type your name, erase it over and over again. I practice conversations that never reach the end. You still live in my routine, but not in my days. I don't know when you left me, you just slipped away. You didn't say goodbye, you just stopped replying. I kept waiting for the right words, but they never came. So I learned how to live without needing them. We said everything except the truth, and felt everything except peace. I carried the weight of almost, like it was meant for me. I tried to understand your silence, like it was something kind. But some goodbyes aren't spoken, they're just survived. I don't need answers anymore. There's nothing left to say that hasn't already heard, nothing left to explain that wouldn't make it worse. I loved you honestly, I stayed as long as I could, but love that cost your voice was never love at all. I stopped rewriting memories to make you look better. I stopped holding on to pain just to feel together. Some endings don't need closure, they need distance and time. I don't hate who we were, I just outgrew the light. I forgive without forgetting. There's nothing left to say that hasn't already heard, nothing left to explain that wouldn't make it worse. I loved you honestly, I stayed as long as I could, but love that cost your voice was never love at all. This isn't bitterness, it's clarity. This isn't anger, it's relief. I don't need you to understand. It doesn't hurt the way it used to. It just feels different. I don't check my phone as often. Your silence learned my name. I stopped waiting for your footsteps at the edges of my day. I still feel you in the small things, but they don't pull me under now. I let the memories pass through me without asking how. I finally stopped pretending that healing had to be loud. Soft things break quietly, and I broke without a sound. I didn't scream, I didn't beg, I just laid my heart down. Soft things break quietly, but they still learn to mend. I didn't lose myself forever, I just needed time to bend. I forgive you in the mornings and myself at night. Some days I still miss the feeling, but I don't miss the fight. I learned love can be gentle and still decide to leave. That letting go can be an act of mercy toward me. I don't need closure anymore. I found it in the quiet. Soft things break quietly, and I broke without a sound. I didn't scream, I didn't beg, I just laid my heart down. Soft things break quietly, but they still learn to mend. I didn't lose myself forever, I just needed time to bend. That was never my mistake. What I'm proud of now is knowing when to walk away. Soft things break quietly and heal the same. I knew it was hurting, I stayed anyway. I learned how to need you quietly, so you wouldn't feel just to make you stay. I stopped asking for your time, stopped needing reassurance. I called it love, I called it patience, but it was just endurance. I kept choosing you while losing me. I stayed too long in a love that wasn't breathing. I held on tight while you were slowly leaving. I stayed too long, calling pain understanding. I broke myself just to keep you standing. I watch myself disappear, trying not to complain. I became someone quieter, so you wouldn't feel the blame. Every boundary I erased, every truth I let you bend. I thought love was staying broken if it meant you didn't end. I thought if I stayed enough, you'd learn how to love. I stayed too long in a love that wasn't breathing. I held on tight while you were slowly leaving. I stayed too long, calling pain understanding. I broke myself filling the room. I learned the shape of my mornings without making space for you. I found myself in simple moments, like breathing without fear. I didn't come back all at once, but I'm standing here. I don't feel empty anymore, just different than before. I'm still here, even after everything. I bent, I broke, but I didn't end. I'm still here, learning how to trust my ground. I lost you, but I didn't lose myself. I stopped asking what I did wrong, stopped rewriting the past. Some things aren't meant to be fixed, they're meant to pass. I don't need to be chosen to know I have worth. I don't need to be missed to prove I was heard. I don't chase what walks away. I finally let myself stay. I'm still here, even after everything. I bent, I broke, but I didn't end. I'm still here, learning how to trust my ground. I lost you, but I didn't lose myself. Loving you taught me how deep I can feel. Losing you taught me how strong I can heal. I'm still that's enough. I loved you, and that's not my shame. You say my name like it's a habit, like it never meant a thing. I read your eyes, they're always static, like you already left me. I sleep alone inside the silence, where your promises still breathe. I keep pretending I don't mind it, but it's killing me. I gave you all my quiet parts, you turned them into scars. feel so distant, like your heart's on airplane mode. Every word you say sounds scripted, like a truth you never wrote. I replay nights we almost mattered, like they're still alive somehow. But every dream just shatters faster when I wake up now. You said forever way too fast, then made me live the past. I loved you when you were empty, you loved me when it was easy. Now I'm holding what's left of me in a room where you don't see me. I broke myself to fit your hands, you dropped me like I'd understand. I loved you more than I should have been. Now I'm just learning how to breathe again. Maybe love was never fair. Maybe I was always there when you needed, not when I cried. You don't miss me, you miss the way I stayed. I still flinch when I hear your name, but I'm healing in my own way. I loved you, and that's not my shame. If you come back, don't come back gentle. You don't get to miss me now, after choosing every exit. You don't get my open arms after calling silent space. I cleaned up what you left behind, learned my worth the hard way. So don't knock on doors I close just because you're lonely. I won't undo the healing just to feel familiar pain. Don't come back soft, like you didn't leave me bleeding. Don't say my name, like you were always staying. Don't come back soft, with apologies too late. I learned how to live without you, I'm not really out about a break. You only loved me halfway, when it didn't cost your pride. I gave you every version of me, you chose the easiest side. I don't hate you, I just see you clearer than I ever did. And clarity doesn't beg, it finally knows when to quit. I won't trade my peace again for someone unsure of me. Don't come back so I stopped asking if I was enough. I spent so long bending my shape, trying to fit your hands. I forgot what it felt like to just stand where I am. I mistook patience for love and silence for peace. I kept shrinking my needs so you wouldn't leave. But love shouldn't feel like erasing yourself. I chose myself when you couldn't choose me. I chose my voice when loving you muted me. I chose myself not out of pride or fear, but because staying broken was costing me. I learned I don't need permission to take up my space. I don't need to be perfect to deserve to be safe.